Welcome everyone, join us today as we pay tribute to groundbreaking musician LOLLY Vegas, the frontman of Redbone who brought Native American culture to rock. So let's dive in. LOLLY Vegas, born Candido Albalando Vasquez Vegas on October 2, 1939 in Coalinga, California, in the United States of America. He was zodiac sign Libra. Born and raised in Fresno, California, LOLLY was of mixed Native American Yaqui, Shoshone, and Mexican heritage. With a strong passion for music, he and his brother Pat began performing locally, eventually backing Jimmy Clanton of Just a Dream fame. By the late 1950s, LOLLY, Pat, and their friend Robert Howard had formed the High Tensions, a trio performing on the Salinas Club circuit, where LOLLY played lead guitar while Pat alternated between bass and drums. The brothers played alongside Canadian jazz pianist Oscar Peterson at the Monterey Jazz and Pop Festival before moving to Los Angeles in 1963. In LA, they performed first as the Vegas Brothers, then as the Crazy Cajun Cakewalk Band, and finally as the Avantis. Joined by drummer Mike Kowalski and guitarist Danny Hamilton, the group embraced the surf rock craze with tracks like Gypsy Surfer and Wax 'Em Down, achieving a minor hit on the Chancellor label. Their work with producer Judd Hamilton, Dan Hamilton's older brother, furthered their reputation and even landed them an opening slot on a Beach Boys tour. The Vegas Brothers recorded a range of singles under various aliases: Let's Go as the Rooters, Surf Stomp, and Batman as the Markets, and Hot Rodder's Choice, Dawn Patrol, Double a Fueler, and Satan's Chariot as the Juice Coups. The 1963 Juice Coups sessions featured stellar session musicians like Glenn Campbell, David Gates, and Leon Russell, a future rock and roll Hall of Famer and inspiration to Elton John. In 1964, they recorded as the Sharks, releasing Big Surf and Robot Walk. Pat co-wrote the theme song for the Munsters TV show, while LOLLY co-wrote Sick Chick for Rick Lancelot and the Peppermint Sticks, and Ain't That Soul, both released in 1964. LOLLY also penned Love Will Make You Crawl for Cliff Wagner, featured as the B-side to his 1966 single, Exception to the Rule. Throughout the 1960s, Pat and LOLLY performed regularly on the Las Vegas Strip and became favorites in Southern California's music scene. They played at numerous LA clubs, including The Prelude, opening for Red Fox; the Peppermint Tree, where fans lined up down the block; the Haunted House, where Bumps Blackwell helped secure their spot as house band; the $1 Million Club, and Gazaris, where they held a 3-year residency with lines forming nightly. Sharing the scene with bands like The Doors, they opened for comedians like Lenny Bruce and Richard Pryor, while contributing to recordings by Tina Turner, Sonny and Cher, James Brown, Little Richard, and Elvis, for the Kissin' Cousins soundtrack. During their residency at the Haunted House, the brothers released Pat and LOLLY Vegas at the Haunted House, produced by Leon Russell and Snuff Garrett. They became sought-after session musicians and songwriters, notably for their work on Dobie Gray's In Crowd, and PJ Proby's Nikki Hokey, also recorded by Bobby Gentry and Dwayne Eddy. While performing at Gazaris, they met guitarist Tony Bellamy, a talented Yaqui musician and former member of Peter and the Wolves. Bellamy joined them on session work with Odetta, John Lee Hooker, and the Everly Brothers. LOLLY and Pat contributed vocals to several beach and surfing films like It's a Bikini World in 1967, and performed on Hollywood A Go-Go. They also joined Shindig, TV's leading music show, as members of the house band, The Shindigs, where they played weekly alongside Leon Russell and Delaney Bramlett. In 1969, LOLLY formed the Native American band Redbone with his brother Pat, rhythm guitarist Tony Bellamy, and drummer Pete DePoe while collaborating on Jim Ford's album Harlan County. Managed by Bumps Blackwell, Redbone signed with Epic Records and debuted with a self-titled double album in 1970, featuring their signature King Kong beat rhythm. That same year, Redbone performed Chant 13th Hour at the first ever Earth Day in Philadelphia, pioneering elements of what's now considered world music. In 1972, they hit the charts with The Witch Queen of New Orleans, peaking at number 21 in the US and number 2 in the UK, where it's still a Halloween favorite. The following year, they released their most iconic track, Come and Get Your Love, which climbed to number 5 and stayed on the charts for 24 weeks, earning gold certification in 1974. For a follow-up, Redbone wanted to release We Were All Wounded at Wounded Knee, a tribute to the 1890 massacre of Native Americans, but their label Epic Records blocked its US release, fearing controversy. However, it reached number 1 in Europe. Instead, Epic promoted the single Wovoka in the US, inspired by the Paiute leader who taught the ghost dance to honor their culture. Redbone often performed in traditional Native American attire, with Lolly's innovative guitar style drawing admiration. Known for his pioneering use of the Leslie speakerbox and electric sitar on "Come and Get Your Love," his unique, funky sound influenced many guitarists. Redbone holds a notable place in music history, recognized in the New York Smithsonian as the first Native American rock, Cajun group to achieve a #1 single both internationally and in the United States. In 1995, Lolly experienced a stroke that left him unable to play guitar. In 2008, they were inducted into the Native American Music Association Hall of Fame. Sadly, on March 4, 2010, at the age of 70, he passed away in Reseda, California, after a courageous battle with lung cancer. Lolly is survived by his wife of 34 years, Risa. His brothers, Patrick Vegas, who was also a member of Redbone, Ray Chavez, Rudy Montanez, and Ray Vasquez. His sisters, Marie, Teresa, and Linda. His mother, Eloise Vasquez, and best friend, Michael Stone. He was laid to rest at Fresno Memorial Gardens in Fresno County, California. And there you have it. Lolly Vegas's music and message continue to inspire listeners around the world, with his legacy woven into the soundscape of rock and pop culture. Thank you for joining us as we celebrated the life of this unforgettable talent. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories of the legends who shaped music history. Take care and bye for now.